Hi everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA, living in my car for over a year now, about 13 months. I'm dealing with my depersonalization-derealization. I believe that's what it is still. It's been a tough 2 weeks. I had that anxiety attack on the day before Thanksgiving, but I felt it creeping in for a couple weeks. And it's scary to think it was creeping in, like if I can't handle the ups and downs of my day, I get dissociated. I sort of like my mind seeps out into this feeling of like numbness, and like I don't feel things as vibrant. One sensation I thought was weird as I was doing it today, just flossing. It's not as satisfying as before. It sounds weird. Before I'd get that, like a satisfaction and an urgency from cleaning between each set of teeth and then moving on to the next one. Now it's like this weird, and I noticed it right away when I got this, like this weird emptiness when I do it, like no satisfaction from it, or vaguely satisfaction. It's been a scary while. I went back to the LGBT center for counseling last night. Counselor was really good, really affirming of what I was going through, and really concerned that I get good help. And he even thanked me for coming. That was cool. And just affirmed that, yeah, it's a disorder. It's not permanent. I ask everyone, like, this is a disorder, right? It's not like permanent. It's not just how I was born, and I'm not supposed to enjoy my life. And, he talked about, too, how powerful the trauma of religion can be and what I've went through with that. So I said I slept like hell. I woke up and made that video where I literally, what it felt like was like my personality or my ego or something. It felt like it was a little miniature, like Pillsbury Doughboy version of me. Literally, like just a little sack of skin, human skin, not the actual Pillsbury Doughboy. No fingers or anything, just trying to run away from me. Isn't that weird? It hurt so much. And I could barely sleep that night, slept like shit. Now last night, I slept all right. I woke up feeling just numb and scared, like, why am I so numb? Like everything dissociates me. I try and think of sensations I enjoy or that are satisfying, and it's like I literally almost feel them like evaporating off me. So I'm having to adjust to all this, and it's like I'm calm right now, but I almost don't want to be calm. Like I can think back to 2012 and 13 when I was in excruciating pain, and I'd almost rather it be like that, because in a way it reminds me like, okay, this is some disorder. And although granted, it was the most terrifying thing in the world in a way, and I couldn't see how I could get better. I remember like one day my mom was telling me like, yeah, Angelo, you were slowly coming out of it. Like I was talking to her this morning. She said like even how the first time I drove again, it was just to a local bar I used to go to. And I had my youngest brother drive me there once, maybe twice, I think just once. And I went there and I was still hurting and stuff, but I just wanted to feel something normal. And then one day when walking out to the car in the driveway, I said, I want to drive. And I was surprised, and I think he was like, are you sure? I said, yeah, and I was able to drive fine. And I was surprised by that. And it wasn't like this huge thing, like, yes, so happy. It was just like feeling me coming back. Obviously, I'm able to drive now, but it's different every time, It's scary, and I'm calming down in a way. I don't know if it's like, well, you got to kind of shut down the high sensory experiences, the high... or not high sensory, but like things that are emotionally require a lot of facility, like making movies and stuff. I'm not able to do that quite the same way. So it's like almost like I guess in a way, like you have to let those lie. That's why I think it's such bullshit when I hear, at least for me to hear, when people with DPDR give, or like when people give advice about having DPDR, they say, keep doing your hobbies, keep engaging. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's torture to do that. I need to disengage in a way and just hopefully, I don't know, let those things come back when my mind's like, okay, stand down from, alert status, from emergency status. It's okay, we can let the emotions back in, carry on as normal. Which is scary because again, I want to, like, I'm always like, I want to be able to feel all those old things again and feel my old screenplays in me and stuff. I don't want to keep getting calmer and number until I feel nothing. You know, I want this like voice in me to be reignited that in like my mind's eye was always thinking about movies, anywhere I was, anytime. Always had this edge about it, this urgency. And like I said, the weirdest thing, even just flossing wasn't satisfying today. And it started like that from the moment when I got that anxiety attack 2 weeks ago. I mean, isn't that weird? Just the littlest thing. Like, and I can sense something's off about it. And it was like that before when I had DPDR. I remember desperately wanting to feel any kind of satisfaction. Last time in particular, I would just like, I was so desperate to feel anything decent. Like I would just like kind of gag myself, not to throw up, but like just to make myself feel pain. And then thinking about gagging myself triggers the gag reflex. But just to feel the relief of like gagging. And even then it was not successful. But it's so confusing. It's like, well, why aren't I just disabled this time? You know? Will it last so long? I keep asking people to reassure me, like, this isn't going to last, right? This isn't forever. This is a disorder, right? I have my fits of anxiety, of things that come and go, and I'm hoping it's like the mind's just working through that, like, involuntarily, like, alert, like, hit every single, like, alert button and emergency shutdown valve and stuff, and you know, just try everything, like it's doing it involuntarily or, like, subconsciously until it decides, oh, okay, like, we went through everything, we checked everything, it was a false alarm, let's come back, you know, resume operations. I hope. I still get these like little referential delusional thoughts in a way. It's weird, just every moment. I lied down in my car so long this morning, just being scared and feeling numb, and felt slightly better when I got up, and I'm gaining weight somehow. I say somehow because it's like I'm not eating much, but it feels shitty, but it's the least of my concerns, except in regards to, yeah, I do want to have good health. So the LGBT Center, they said, to start, I'm going to have 6 weeks of counseling. They may turn it to 16 weeks, which I think they probably will have to, unless I just somehow get better sooner. And they're going to like give me good care. They're going to work with a psychiatrist, between the counselor and psychiatrist, to help me figure out this stuff. But I don't know what's there to figure out in a way. It's like, I know what's happening in a way. It's so powerful in me. And an interesting thing, they said they're going to take my blood at the LGBT Center and then figure out my genetics and figure out like what medicines will react well with me and what won't have any effect. So at least that's something. I'm like, thank goodness, man. I hate being a doctor's like where they just don't give a shit. And this guy really cared, and he was like almost angry at psychiatrists who don't care about their patients. He's like, why are they even doing that? But anyways, I don't know, maybe there's a part of me that thinks maybe I'll just get through this bout so much quicker. Maybe, and maybe I have to go through the painful experiences before I get over it. And there's another part that thinks, nope, I'm just lost. Like, I don't have that ignition to start that fire again in me, to feel my burdens, to feel situational depression. It's weird, the stuff, it doesn't faze me like it did before. It's really scary. Like, why don't I feel like the darkness that I used to feel and like ordinary stuff that depressed me? Once in a while I get these strange little flickers, like maybe I'm coming back, and then, you know, feeling despair like I'm not. It's so scary. I'm just hoping, yeah, you can't force it to get better, and I'm hoping, like, even my car accident, my ribs were injured, I just sort of had to realize I'm better. You never are just better in an instant. It's like I had to realize it. The realization came over me. It's so scary. And I will say I did go to the hypnotherapist. He was very nice. It was powerful going under. And I was in control the whole time, but like I was very open to suggestion, to visualizing things, all that stuff. And you know, I was scared shitless yesterday when I went to him, and still scared the rest of the day. He left me some powerful stuff, and today it's sort of faded in a way. Stuff I can do to like ground myself. One of them included like grab my keys. So even doing this, certain things he did to anchor me, like grab my shoulder when I'm feeling powerful, or think of powerful moments, which is hard because it's like I don't remember my moments feeling powerful. There's this thing I can do to warm my hands. Literally, just hold your fingers like this, and I can literally feel my hands getting warmer by trying. Or you may have to do this first and feel them tingling and stuff. Right now it's a little hard because like I'm not concentrating, but I was able to do it yesterday. It somehow just grounds you or something. I think he said he learned it from like a Kung Fu Buddhist or something. I can't remember. I'm feeling it. I don't know. Yeah, feels a little warmer. Stomping my feet on the ground, clapping, but it's weird. Even that stuff right now, it's a little dissociating. Whereas before, I would see images, I would see videos, movies, think about stuff, and it would energize, the opposite. It would ground me. It would not dissociate me. It would build up my pride and satisfaction. Like I said, I'm amazed I'm even able to speak right now. So yeah, obviously I'm not 100% better after the hypnotherapist. It was nice to just be there. Man, I was scared shitless yesterday. And he said he'll take me back for more sessions. And in the meantime, it's almost like I just have to, it's like physical therapy. You're not going to be an Olympic athlete in physical therapy. You're trying to, like I'm at the park now. I don't even know if I have time because I got to be somewhere. But like I'm going to walk around a little bit if I can. Walk around, try, and just like, okay, like, you know, let the defenses know. It's almost like, I don't know, I almost think of like Chernobyl, the show, even though that's a horrifying real incident. Or I don't know, I almost more think of like Inside Out, you know, the Pixar movie, when it's like all the emotions are trying to hit stuff, and you know, it's like just panic mode right now, but freeze, shut down. And it's like, I don't want that. It's terrifying, obviously. I'm really scared that I'm even like just convincing myself I'll just be like this way forever. Like, oh, it's okay to be like this, don't even fight it. And thank goodness the counselor last night was saying, like, it's good that you're here. Yes, he asked me, do I have hope? And I said, well, no, in a way, but maybe some unreasonable hope that I'll get better. I can't personally imagine getting back to myself, but maybe somehow I will. And he's like, yeah, that is hope. And he's like, it's a good step you're here. And he thanked me, and he's like, I'm glad you're here and stuff. I'm like, jeez, I mean, I'm glad you're thanking me, but thank you, like, for helping me. But yeah, this is terrible, you know? People shouldn't go through this. And I'm still not myself, and I don't know, I don't want to give myself false hope, and I'm thinking, okay, today I'm better, but there is no better day to day. It's like, it's a trend that I have to see, and I'm still pretty scared. Like, you know, when will it come back to me? The sharpness, the satisfaction I felt, the sort of build-up and release of movie scenes. Very scary, feeling like I'm emotionally powerless, like paralyzed. Wondering, will it come back? Thinking like, no, probably won't. That's my luck. It was too good to be true that I'd ever be better. But like last time, I didn't even know before I drove the car again I'd be able to drive. And although I can't like imagine it, I know that happened, where I was all of a sudden like, let me drive. I only felt it then. I didn't feel it before, the day before, anything. I just thought, again, let me drive. But I'm not in the position to even feel like great lessons or anything like that. But I'm glad all the help I have. My mom even said she's very glad I'm in LA. First of all, it's much nicer. It's warm out right now. If I was in Virginia, I'd be so miserable, on top of, you know, like just the area, and also on top of the weather, and like not being able to go out and feel this, and also not having the help here. She's like, Angelo, if you were here, I couldn't even help you. Like, all I could do is talk, and we do that now. So, you know, she's glad that I'm here, and like I'm glad I'm here too, because I don't know, maybe the hypnotherapist, also the mental health care seems like much more forward progressive here, like much more advanced. It was hell getting treatment in Virginia. So, you know, maybe that's all I could say is maybe it'll all happen.